Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Leo energy. I'm going to get out a few of these tarot cards and then we're going to do clarifiers on top of it to fill out the story. Well, we have a soulmate relationship that someone took a leap of faith towards. And someone is single and independent, maybe. Some people chose not to move forward in a loving manner because it would have required that they become independent of former foundations and offer their resources to their stress and anxiety about fears of being left out in the cold, fear that their partners will leave them. So they put work and effort into creating more illusion and confusion for themselves and others because they're a magician. In their Gemini energy, they do create illusion and confusion. So it looks like we have the Two of Cups, the Fool, the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. Some of you could have been in a relationship with someone, and that can be, your kids, your parents, your best friend, love relationship. And the person you were with was unwilling to move forward in a positive, loving, kind, reciprocal manner because it would have required them to become more independent in their life, to become responsible more for their own sense of stability and security in the world, to quit being so enmeshed and attached to whatever foundation they were attached to. That can be worldliness, it could be their original family of birth, it could be society, it can be their old way of thinking, that they need to become more independent and offer their resources to move forward. And this person had a lot of stress and anxiety about that. They're afraid if they move forward that, I don't know, financially they'll be in lack. That maybe they just have a lack mentality, they don't think anything will ever work out for them. And if you're working with someone like that, that's a really tough one to work with, I would think. That's like a core foundational element. So instead, these might be people who get into relationships and they put work and effort into creating illusions that they're willing to move forward. But when it kind of gets to that certain point in the relationship where it's either, I don't know phrases. I don't know if it's like buck up and get out, or, it's like really it kind of gets to that point where, their partners really want them to be more willing to step up in their life, of being more independent, and maybe um, they're a little more codependent. And when their partners get to where it's like they notice it, that it's like, wow, I kind of notice you're a little kind of codependent on me and other people to make you feel stable. And they want them to move forward. That causes them a lot of stress. Okay, let's go see what is the stress and anxiety about. So when this person decided to take a risk in the relationship, that no, I think I have other people in the world that I could get in relationships with, that it'll be just fine. I can keep doing life as I know it, where I create illusion. And it's kind of like until somebody figures out that I kind of create illusion and am a little bit manipulative. When people figure that out, they just decide they'll go take a risk to go get in another relationship. This person could have become single, and then somebody offered them a new beginning. Now that's causing them stress and anxiety. This person has stress and anxiety about rising above their own inner conflict or their competitive nature or defending a relationship against people. They have stress and anxiety about being emotionally brave and strong and Leo energy. Why do they have stress and anxiety about doing that? Why do they have stress and anxiety about being emotionally brave and strong and stepping into the spotlight of their own life? Because in the Seven of Cups, they have illusions that if they exchange resources with people in a relationship, or they have the illusion that they can just exchange resources in a relationship, just like maybe they grew up with, or like how they've done things in the past, where they're kind of the boss, maybe. And that way they think they won't get hurt. So it's kind of more transactional type relationships. They create illusions that they're giving and exchanging equally in a loving relationship. Because Six of Cups can be like people. I operate from my Three of Cups foundation, emotional foundation, and you operate from your Three of Cups emotional foundation. And together we seem like we're working together in this kind of pure, innocent, loving manner. And they'll create an illusion of exchanging resources like that, but actually they might be a little bit more, it stays there. Nobody's going to go any further where people have to deal with their past pain and heartbreak and let that go. It's kind of more about creating illusion. And if people want them to move forward, where they do deal with their past pain and heartbreak in order to move forward, where they deal with their emotions, and instead of creating illusion and confusion, and because at the very end of the reading, we have putting in work and effort to create illusion and confusion. Because they're kind of creating an illusion. That's what a magician can do in shadowy energy. If they weren't to do that, they'd really actually have to rise above their inner conflict and deal with their emotions. They'd have to figure out what is it about their worldly nature, which maybe part of their worldly nature is, I just want it to be about me and what I want. So I'll get in relationships, and so long as it stays here, I'm okay. If anybody wants it for me to deal with my past pain, I will not do that. I will not go into my emotions, possibly. And if they're in relationships with other people who are emotionally brave and strong, they end up feeling defensive towards them, because it's just like anybody. If it can be that if you're in a relationship or even have a friendship with someone who, if you're the type of person that triggers you, that they seem to do all these things that you don't dare do in your life, some people it can trigger them. Other people you just say, yeah, that's them and that is not me. And you just accept each other as who you are. But if it's kind of a love relationship, it can be more difficult because, and sometimes it can be that way. Somebody's a little more willing to be out in the spotlight and someone else isn't. As long as you both accept that, doesn't mean that someone who doesn't put themselves out there so much in the spotlight isn't brave and confident. It's just that some people are more introverts than extroverts or something. But I think this person is a little controlling in their Aries energy. Tell us about, they're afraid that they'll be left out in the cold. Tell us about this Five of Pentacles. Again, this someone in Aries energy, King of Wands energy. You know, when people want them to get emotionally balanced, you know, temper their pride and ego, their fear, their insecurities from Cancer, unconditional love for home and family kind of way, and move forward in truth. I don't know, for some reason, this person doesn't want to do that. Again, a King of Wands can be forceful and controlling. Well, that's interesting. Why wouldn't they want to get emotionally balanced and see the truth of things and move forward in truth? Which truth would be that we've all grown and matured ever since we were small children. You know, we all grow and thrive best in love and compassion and forgiveness, justice and fairness and balance and self-discipline. I don't know. Maybe this person wants it to kind of be more about them, and they're afraid if they maybe move forward that possibly they could be left out in the cold, that like the other people would leave them, like they maybe don't believe. You know, normally a positive magician energy would be someone, I mean, we all hope to manifest our dreams into reality, and that's positive magician energy. We believe we have the emotional capability. We're emotionally balanced and emotionally stable and emotionally resourceful. And we're logical and reasonable, and we're bright and we're intelligent. We use our mind and our creativity and our inspiration and our fiery nature and our practical resources to believe that we have all the resources we need to manifest our dreams. Maybe this person lacks confidence in themselves. You know, that would be that lack mentality. They don't think they have all the resources to get themselves emotionally balanced in the energy of love in order to move forward in truth. So they kind of use their Aries fiery nature, maybe passion and sexuality, to create illusions in relationship. Maybe that's a resource they have to get emotion and love from other people. Maybe. Let's go see. Why do they turn their back on getting in the driver's seat of their life and seeing the truth? Because it would require them in Virgo earth sign energy. They would actually have to go within and do the work and effort, invest the time and effort and energy to go within and shed light on the past to gain insight and wisdom and make a final decision on the fact that they're deceptive and manipulative. They maybe don't want to see that truth. Seeing that truth about themselves could destabilize them emotionally, you know? And they'd also have to be held accountable for their actions. And they don't also maybe want to be held accountable for their actions. If they're an Emperor, King of Wands person, it's kind of like they could be very forceful and controlling, you know, that it's my way or the highway and things should be my way. And I don't want to look at those things. I don't want to be held accountable for my actions. Yes, I've been manipulative and deceptive. And yes, I create illusion. But why would anybody do that? They do it because they have some fear and insecurity and, you know, past wounding that keeps them stuck in their pride and ego. And some people can be horrible in that energy. You know, if you were dealing with anybody like that, you'd know how horrible they got, you know? So they put in work and effort to create illusion. So if they had been in a relationship with people who were stable and abundant, who wanted to move forward, even maybe offered them resources to try to help them deal with their stress and anxiety about connecting in with the energy of love, they ended up being defensive to Leo energy. They have the illusion that they can have a pretty balanced relationship, an emotional relationship, by doing things the way they've done it. And so You know, they fear if they move forward with people who are emotionally in tune with themselves, that those people will eventually leave them because they are unwilling to go within and gain insight and wisdom about how they deceive themselves about the truth, and how they maybe have been deceptive and manipulative, and how they kind of do create illusion. They probably create an illusion that they are strong and brave emotionally, but they're not. They're deceptive and manipulative. And until they deal with their own fear and insecurities, they're going to keep creating illusion. So they ended up taking a risk to go get in another relationship. And so they became single. They could have gotten in a relationship. Somebody in the Page of Pentacles could have offered them a new beginning. And now they're stressed again. You know, the pattern is going to keep repeating itself over and over. You know, the thing is, we all have the choice of how are we going to use our time, energy, and effort and resources. How many years has this person been using their mind to be in stress and anxiety and to be defensive? You know, they could have used their mind and all that time and effort to figure out, why do I have all these fears and insecurities about love? You know, take them down one by one. Tackle the easy ones first. I know we're going to ask. We'll ask the tarot cards. What would this person have to do other than doing the Virgo Hermit? What are some of their fears and insecurities? Maybe we'll ask that. Yeah. Oh, is that the one? Is that the one I want to use? Oh, that one's over there. Let's use this one. What are some of the fears and insecurities this person has that they would have to work through? Oh, they have a big thing about comparing themselves to other people. They are kind of a user. If they get in relationships and they're kind of not coming from the energy of love and hope and faith, you know, they're creating illusion. It's like, yes, I'll exchange resources with you. And I'll exchange, you know, emotions with you, but it's kind of an illusion, because what you don't know is that I have already decided that maybe I'm only going to invest to a certain point, and if it gets to where I think I could be heartbroken or my heart gets too invested, I'm leaving this relationship. Needless people don't tell people that. And the bottom of the deck, is there a complainer? Why? Let's go ask with this deck. Why does this person have so much stress and anxiety? Because they're overwhelmed about victory. So stressed. You know, maybe it's always so afraid that, you know, it won't be successful. And again, so afraid they'll be left out in the cold. You know, it's just this fear mentality, like everybody will leave them. Well, you know, if people leave you, I don't know, did you enjoy the relationship while you were in it? How about you actually invest in it and quit creating illusion? And, you know, and maybe people wouldn't leave you. I mean, this person, obviously, it sounds like they have low self-esteem. Tell us more about their Five of Pentacles, their lack mentality. That comparisonitis, maybe it's always afraid that, I don't know. Let's see. 10 of Wands went down to 6 of Wands, which is a 4 of Wands at play. Oh, which is like marriage and relationships, just really overwhelmed if relationships will be victorious, or maybe be viewed as victorious. Oh my gosh, this person shouldn't get in relationships. What's that? Queen of Swords? They're afraid. The Queen of Swords is someone who has been betrayed. Five of Wands. Maybe they're really afraid, have a lot of stress and anxiety that they'll be betrayed and be left out in the cold. And they're very competitive, maybe, in the Five of Wands. So they take, instead of moving forward and getting themselves balanced in truth, they just decide to take action on things that drive them, kind of take passionate action towards, it's just always to look like they have a victory, maybe. Wow. Because otherwise they'd have to go within and gain insight and wisdom. And I guess they'd rather just keep getting into different relationships. And that relationship, they're going to be afraid that they're going to be betrayed and that they're going to be left out in the cold. So they might be somebody who's always kind of like a narcissist who maybe is always has other people they're kind of grooming on the side. I do have some videos in my liked playlist of a really good website. What's it called? Raw Motivations. It's a guy who's going to treatment for narcissism, and he has some really good videos. And I have some. If you go under my video or click on the name I Alone Fly Tarot, it'll pull up some different things you can go under, and under playlists I have some like videos by his that are really good. Well, I don't know if we have a redemption story for this person. Until they decide to rise above their own inner conflict and deal with their fears and insecurities and what keeps them stressed and anxious, and decide that, we only got one life. Decide that they want to step into their life and experience it. We're here to experience life fully. And maybe decide, what? If people decide to leave me later in a relationship, oh well. There's no guarantees of what's going to happen in life, but we don't know if it's going to happen. We don't know if people are going to get in car accidents or what. If you love someone, love them. Maybe if you love them, they won't leave you out in the cold. Maybe it'll move forward emotionally balanced in truth, and people gain insight and wisdom, and people put hard work and effort to see all the emotional possibilities, because that's what the positive Leos would have done. When this person decided to take a risk towards another soulmate contract, Leos were left single, and Leos decided, you know what? I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who wants to be in a relationship with someone else. I am stable and abundant within myself, and I know I can manifest my dreams into reality. And under that is the 10 of Cups. I want to be happy. I'm going to heal. I'm going to treat myself in a just and fair, balanced manner. I want to be in relationships with people who treat me in a loving, kind, reciprocal manner. I'm going to treat myself that way, and I'm going to make decisions for my own life that are made out of respect for myself and compassion and forgiveness and love for myself. And when I make decisions like that for myself, I want to work with other people who make those kind of decisions for themselves that way, and we can work together. And I know my emotional worth and value, and I'm going to deal with this conflict by listening to my belief system and put my belief system into practice, that I want to work together with people from an emotional foundation. And I'm going to move away from people who want a triangulated relationship or try to put me in a third-party situation, who like it to be competitive and emotionally manipulative and make me feel like I need to compete for them. That's not love. That's games. And people who play games, silly games, win silly prizes. And I want to be with someone who's mature. So I'm going to keep moving forward in the energy of love and work on a foundation, willing to move into the unknown. Even though it causes me to get up in my head at times, I'm going to stay focused on the truth. And the truth is that to treat myself in a loving, compassionate, You know, forgiving manner is a free will choice, and I want to be in relationships with other people who know that. And I'm going to keep holding on to that. And when I keep moving forward in that energy, the energies are going to shift in my favor. I can't create love if I'm in shadow, if I'm in fear, if I'm in insecurity and pride and ego. This other person is going to get in a relationship, and the karmic wheel is not going to turn in their favor. We reap what we sow. So you're going to keep moving forward in the energy of love, because you know that is what is going to manifest loving relationships in your life. And maybe as you move forward, you'll come across the King of Wands, a counterpart to your emotional Queen of Wands aspect. Hopefully, someone who is also emotionally connected in with their Queen of Wands energy. But you decided, you know what? I'm going to be a student of life. I am willing to learn, grow, and expand. I am going to give a lot of thought to rising above the competitive energy this person tried to create by them maybe being in their pride and ego and getting in a new relationship to be in the spotlight. You know, you're going to rise above that. You are going to see through the illusion of these people who exchange resources, maybe by repeating past patterns of the past, or reuniting with people from their past, or reuniting with people who are just like people from their past, because they've decided they're unwilling to, you know, get balance between their mind and their heart to move forward. You know, you'll move forward. You'll detach yourself from that old foundation. You know, normally the Five of Pentacles shows the people out in the cold moving forward. So, you know, yeah, you got to go through a period of feeling left out in the cold, but you are going to take bold, confident Aries action in your life to be in the energy of love, to get yourself emotionally balanced and keep moving forward in truth. And you are going within, and you are gaining insight and wisdom, and you are going to hold these people who are deceptive and manipulative to be held accountable for themselves. That you're not going to have people like that in your life. You are going to put in the hard work and effort to see all the emotional opportunities that are ahead of you, knowing that if you keep moving forward in the energy of love and faith and compassion and forgiveness for yourself and the past so you can let it go, you're moving forward, and you know that long-term stable loving relationships will be in your life. It is not going to come in to your life by dealing with people who are manipulative, who are emotionally manipulative, who create illusion and take foolish risks because they're stressed and anxious about, I don't know, their own illusions, maybe. You know, it won't come in from them. You're moving forward. So, there you go, Leo energies. I wish you all peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.